Japan is a country rich in natural beauty and changing distinctly according to the season. Japanese have long been enjoying each season traditional arts and the beauties of the natural scenery as it gets the splendors of nature represented by flower, bird, wind, and the moon. If we interpret this as if a full season disappears and the climate becomes constantly, thereafter about 80% of the current agriculturate, forestry, and fisheries industry would be destroyed. Food self-sufficiency will decline. Import of agricultural products and foodstuffs would increase as sharply. Exported would decrease. Compared to this, one may feel that the changes in tourism and the emotional impact of literature, culture, and the art will be insignificant and almost irrelevant. As a spring is called the season of buddings, plants start to be colored simultaneously, and insects and small animals start their activities. In the same timings with the plant growth, traditional festivals of celebrating the healthy growth of children, such as girl festivals and boys festivals, are held in forests and mountains. Live blossoms and wild plants appeared here and there and embellished the dining table, and the people started going out for cherry blossom viewing parties. Plants start budding in spring, and the people go out for cherry blossom viewings. In summer, the green leaves simmer fitful light reflected with the sunlight and the shade of the greens and rugged fur. Dazzling sunsets and red and yellow leaves of mountains herald and alive of autumn. Winter comes with cold, wintry winds and snowflakes flutter in northern country. Japanese traditional culture appreciated such beauties of nature and enjoying seasonal ingredients. Summer comes now full force, with the strong sunshines, dark green of trees, the similings as the sea, and the chirpings of cicadas and colors. Seasonal tradition of summer, such as library summer festival, spectacular fireworks, and ceremonial dances, and floating lanterns, and rivers and the seas are held. Summer is a season one can experience intensity and the calmness of Japan. Many of the summer festivals, which is an indispensable event of summer, are held from May to August throughout the country. Fireworks are held from July to August in many towns and cities in Japan. It is one of genuine symbols of summer. In the night sky, spectacular fireworks that open like flowers. Here comes autumn, when the bright sunshine abates, become less reduced. Golden ears of light shine brilliantly, and red dragonflies stretch their wings. Autumn is the season full of events and festivals of appreciating the nature and the tradition, such as a full moon viewing, which used to be prevented among the aristocrats during the period 8th, 12th century. Autumn colors are red and yellow in mountains. Autumn is said to be appreciated stimulating season. Various kinds of ingredients are distributed on market and on living dining tables. Autumn is called to be the season for leading sports and appetite. It is a time to enjoy the king of mushrooms, pine mushrooms, salmon, nuts, Pacific salaries, taros, chestnuts, and many others. Winter arrives when the cold wintry wind starts blowing off cold leaves from trees. December is also called showcasing, meaning the month of hustlings. The New Year's Day is very important as a fresh start, giving people some kind of tension. Essential ingredients for one-pot dishes such as a blowfish, anglerfish, cod, Chinese cabbages, naganegi onions representative for seasonal taste of winter. When it turns winter, everyone longs for one-pot dishes that warms body and soul. By adding the fish and the seafood like blowfish, anglerfish, cod, and the vegetables like Chinese cabbages and onions, one-pot dishes may be very nutritious. Oden, shabu-shabu, chicken one-pot are famous and known. One-pot dishes are such favorite for the Japanese that it is not an overstatement to say every preference has its own local one-pot specialties. Let us imagine some assumptions that hypotheticals that can be easily placed as a scenario where disappearance of the food season in Japan. The food season disappeared at the global level. The Earth's rotation axis aligns with the orbital axis. Heat energy from the sun would be attenuated, and the weather effects of sunlight would be reduced to a small amount. Although all of these scenarios can be described as cases of Japan losing at for four seasons, they would probably lead the entire world into a blood-soaked war for food resources, since they would cause us serious and fatal damage to agriculture, forestry, fishery, industries at the outside of Japan. This is not good. It is very troubling. It says, food is my heaven. Eating something delicious is the greatest joy pleasure in my life.